The next evolution in wearable tech is no longer a vague promise or speculative whisper, it's happening, and it may be taking shape in a form many didn't expect. Samsung's upcoming Galaxy Watch 8 Classic has begun to surface in leaks, and the industry is buzzing. This time, the changes don't merely represent a generational upgrade, they signal a fundamental shift in how smartwatches look, feel, and function. Gone may be the days of tradition-bound, minimal iterations. What's on the horizon blends familiar elements with bold reimaginings. For Samsung, the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic could be the model that redefines its wearable lineup not through radical reinvention, but through the synthesis of legacy design and forward-thinking tech. In this deep dive, we'll explore everything, from the shifting design language to hardware and software enhancements, new health tracking frontiers, and what it all says about the future of wearables, the shape of things to come. A new form language. Samsung's Galaxy Watch line has long walked a careful line, preserving a traditional round form that made its wearables look and feel like classic wristwatches. But with the Watch 8 Classic, there's a bold new silhouette in play. Early images suggest a transition toward what can be described as a cushion-shaped body. Think rounded edges, soft squares, a smooth transition between traditional circles, and more modern geometry. This isn't a total departure. It feels like a careful pivot in the past while making room for innovation. Some have likened the new form to a softened version of the Galaxy Watch Ultra, but with a more subtle, wrist-friendly curve. It's sophisticated, purposeful, and unmistakably modern. While purists might feel cautious, this design doesn't alienate, it intrigues. It's one of those visual shifts that might take a moment to settle into the collective tech consciousness, but when it does, it's likely to feel inevitable, and most importantly, it doesn't feel like it's trying to blend in anymore. The return of tactile control, rotating bezel, reinvented. There's one detail in the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic that might silence skeptics instantly. The return of the mechanical rotating bezel, not the haptic or virtual version, the real thing. This feature, once beloved for its tactile satisfaction and intuitive interface, is making a comeback. And it's more than just nostalgia, it's about user experience. There's something psychologically satisfying about the click, the turn, the feeling of mechanical interaction in a digital world. The rotating bezel has always served as more than just a control tool. It's a subtle reminder that digital devices don't have to lose their humanity. With this revival, Samsung is acknowledging that interactivity doesn't have to mean tapping tiny icons. It can be felt, heard, engaged. For longtime fans of Samsung's wearable ecosystem, this is a reassuring nod to what made the Galaxy Watch stand out in the first place. The new control scheme, a third button, enters the arena in an interesting move inspired by the Galaxy Watch Ultra. The Watch 8 Classic may feature a third side button, a seemingly minor tweak with powerful implications. More buttons mean more options for customization, accessibility, and context-aware controls. This third button could act as a programmable shortcut, perhaps launching fitness routines, toggling display modes, or even invoking Bixby or Google Assistant. It's the kind of physical interface upgrade that seems small on paper but adds real-world versatility when paired with the rotating bezel and the touchscreen. This triad of input methods creates a control system that rivals anything currently available in the smartwatch space. The power behind the glass. Performance and battery life. One area that consistently defines the daily user experience of any wearable is battery life, and Samsung knows that's been a sticking point for some. With the Watch 8 Classic, reports suggest a modest increase in battery capacity, but paired with a new, more power-efficient processor, this combination might not look revolutionary in spec sheets, but the real-world impact could be significant. Smarter energy use, better background app handling, and streamlined animations can easily push battery life past the current 24-hour threshold. The goal isn't just to avoid the dreaded light-evening battery anxiety, it's to make battery performance so seamless you forget about it entirely. And when paired with Samsung's smart charging protocols and energy-saving modes, the Watch 8 Classic might finally deliver the kind of endurance people expect from a premium watch. Next level health features. Watching more than your steps while fitness tracking is still a core part of any The Watch 8 Classic seems to be expanding into more holistic health territory. The inclusion of cardiovascular load monitoring stands out as a headline feature. This isn't your standard heart rate tracking, it's about understanding how much strain your heart is under, not just during exercise but also while you rest. It's a way to detect elevated stress or hidden fatigue that might otherwise go unnoticed. Imagine a wearable that can detect if your system is overworked after a stressful day or poor sleep, and then suggest actionable steps to recover before your body hits the breaking point. This kind of insight is a leap toward proactive health tracking rather than reactive alerts. Then there's the antioxidant index, a feature almost no one saw coming. Using sensors similar to those in the Ultra model, the Watch 8 Classic might be capable of reading carotenoid levels in your skin, a biomarker linked to your dietary intake of fruits and vegetables. The implications are wild. Your watch could literally tell you if you've been eating well or if your diet is falling short. This is wearables entering nutritional awareness, a category often neglected by fitness trackers focused purely on steps and calories. The potential here is immense, particularly for users trying to balance lifestyle and long-term health. Design meets experience, not just a watch, but a companion. There's a growing trend in wearables, making devices that don't feel like cold machines, but rather intelligent companions. The Galaxy Watch 8 Classic seems to be leaning into this vision. The redesign is less about chasing trends and more about creating something relatably watch that looks as good at a dinner party as it does in the gym. The rotating bezel, the return of the leather strap in certain variants, and a shift in materials toward more premium finishes all suggest a move toward elegance over excess. This is a smartwatch for people who don't necessarily want their device to look like a piece of technology. It's for users who still value the aesthetic experience of wearing a timepiece, even as it delivers deep insights and connectivity. It's a return to the idea that tech can be invisible when it needs to be there, supporting you without dominating your appearance or interactions. One UI Watch 8. Subtle software, strong impact while the hardware is grabbing headlines. The software powering the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic is no less important. The latest version of Samsung's wearable OS One UI Watch 8 is focused on optimization, user-friendly refinements, and deeper integration with Samsung Health. Some of the anticipated features include improved sleep insights with coaching and trend analysis, mood and stress indexing based on cardiovascular strain and sleep patterns, voice feedback for workouts, allowing you to get real-time coaching without glancing at the display, auto goal adjustments, using your past week's performance to create personalized activity targets. The aim is clear. Move from data presentation to data interpretation. One UI Watch 8 doesn't just collect your metrics, it makes sense of them and nudges you toward small, sustainable changes, a new philosophy in smartwatch design. Zooming out, the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic feels like it's part of a larger design philosophy shift. It doesn't chase gimmicks or jump on flashy trends. Instead, it leans into reliability, usability, and human-focused design. The evolution of the case shape isn't just about looks, it's about fit, comfort, and distinction. The return of tactile control isn't about nostalgia, it's about intuitiveness. And the health features aren't about creating fear, they're about giving people control and foresight over their well-being. This isn't a device built to impress tech reviewers with numbers. It's a wearable designed to quietly and consistently improve the lives of people who wear it. Competitive positioning. Where does it stand? In a space that includes the Apple Watch, Garmin's fitness-first lineup, and Huawei's high-end design, Samsung needs to play all fields. And with the Watch 8 Classic, it might just have hit the sweet spot. It's stylish enough to compete with luxury smartwatches. It's packed with enough advanced metrics to satisfy the biohacker crowd. And it's approachable enough that the average Galaxy phone user will feel right at home. With the potential for tiered pricing and model diversity, including standard, classic, and ultra variants, Samsung appears ready to offer a full ecosystem rather than a single flagship model. Final thoughts. Familiar yet fearless, there's a kind of quiet bravery in what Samsung is doing with the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. Instead of trying to shock the market with some unrecognizable innovation, it's choosing to refine, enhance, and reconnect with the emotional core of what makes a great watch. Comfort, control, style, intelligence. The Galaxy Watch 8 Classic wasn't trying to be the future of wearables, it's trying to make that future feel wearable, approachable, and ready today. Whether you're a lifelong smartwatch user or someone still clinging to an analog timepiece, this upcoming device has something to offer. It bridges the gap between technology and tradition, and, in doing so,